So our first official look at the game, you're going to be seeing a lot of seam routes, okay? You're going to be seeing a lot of cover 3 in this particular game. Whether or not this is staged, I don't know. And whenever this was recorded, I got no idea. This could have been during the beta. This could have been pre-beta. This could have been after the beta. Like, this could have been just a couple days ago. I don't have a clue, so I'm not even going to be guessing on that whatsoever. But I want to talk about a lot about seam routes and how you're going to see probably more cover 2 than you will cover 3. We'll get into that as to why as this video kind of breaks down. You can see right there, seam. Wheel route still good against cover 3 specifically. Not so much against man defense or cover 2 because you have a vertical, and man-to-man actually plays it pretty well this year because low balls are so inaccurate. So, again, you can kind of see they're just highlighting some stuff right here. 4th and 2, what we talk about verticals. Now, with pass lead, it's a little bit different. You have the classic pass lead, which Clef was using, and then you have the essentially target passing 2.0 is what TD Barrett was using. Now, pay attention. The formation they are both using frequently is nickel 2-4-5. In Madden 23, it is called nickel 2-4, which completely okay because you don't need to have the 5 in there. It's redundant. It's completely redundant to have 5 because if you know what nickel is, you know what the 5 stands for. So, gun tray Y flex, you're going to see a lot of trips set. Tray open, gun trips tight end, gun tray Y flex. A whole lot of variation. Buffalo Bills, I think, is going to be one of the playbooks you're going to see that's going to develop into the meta, by the way. Just going to let you know right now. But right here, you're going to be they're really going to be highlighting a lot of verticals. Now, man-to-man is different this year because if it is straight man-to-man, linebackers are going to try and jam the receiver at the line as well. And if you're going against, like, putting some no-name linebacker against, say, somebody like Tyreek Hill or Keenan Allen, they're going to get smoked at the line because it's a linebacker. They're not a corner. They're not even supposed to be playing, like, straight man-to-man against a receiver to begin with. So I think that's a pretty good addition of the game anyways. But right there, lots of seam routes. Now, later into this video, we're going to be slowing some stuff down and doing a little bit of repeats behind it because there's a couple of adjustments I want to talk about. And there's some things you probably should be concerned about on defense as well that you need to be aware of right now. Because, again, maybe this changed from the time of recording. I don't know. But, yeah, I would probably say it's probably pretty close what the game's going to play like. Because otherwise you'd be seeing their gamer tags with, like, a hashtag and numbers behind it. So I think this is probably, in my opinion, safe to say it's not the beta. So again, 2-4-5 or nickel 2-4, edge threat elite. Let me tell you, Joey Bosa is a freaking crackhead, okay? He sheds everybody and everything. It doesn't matter if you double team him, which is quite unfortunate. I think they should get rid of the double team feature altogether if they're not going to actually properly use it. But Joey Bosa with presumably edge threat or edge threat elite just shreds everybody. On offense, I know this is a defensive focused channel. You're going to need a secure protector or edge protector. I don't know if those abilities both exist, but you're definitely going to need secure protector to make it work to get time in the pocket, especially on your tackles. Otherwise, you're going to get screamed out just by a 4-man rush. So again, verticals. You can see in route. We don't know what kind of shading he did. That's a really unfortunate animation. We don't know what kind of shading he did. It's really difficult to tell. He could be shading inside. He could be running stock man-to-man. He could be shading outside. We don't know. That's something we'll have to test. But you can see right here, going into gun trips tied in. Is it gun trips tied in? Might be. Oh, gun trips tied in offset. Trips tied in offset. That's what it is. So right here, straight man-to-man defense. Both TD Barrett and Clef like their 1-4. This is either 1-4-6 or this is a quarters defense. It's one or the other. Kind of hard to tell, but they like to go ahead and rotate between the two. If they're in 2-4-5, you often see them running a cover 3, and sometimes, and I think they just ran the cover 2 invert, just kind of showed off. Now right here, he shades down, but pay attention. We're going to slow this down right here. Pay attention. So you got number 15 when he zooms out. The middle receiver on trip side, on the 3 receiver side, pay attention to him. He's running option route, meaning he can go straight down the field, or he can run a skinny post route. In this case, he runs a skinny post. Crosser, outside third, gets sucked down by the crosser, skinny post coming across the middle field. That might be a potential one-play touchdown. For good or for bad, I don't know. Then the inside third might play that. Again, it's kind of difficult to say because I haven't really spent practice mode time much at all in this game. Right here, I think that's a fantastic thing to be able to do. I just wanted to highlight that. To be able to throw it away when a receiver's way downfield by just doing a pass lead to out of bounds, I think that's great. Right here, that was cover 2 invert, I believe. That was probably cover 2 invert. Again, I still think you're going to be seeing more cover 2 than you will see cover 3 because cover 3 is just so vulnerable to the seams. And unless you get really crazy with your adjustments, by essentially manning up the 2 slot receivers, if there's 2 slot receivers, it's going to be very easy to dot that defense up. So I don't think you're going to be seeing a whole lot of cover 3 this year. Again, cover 3, I'm going to slow this clip down as well. In that case, pay attention solely to the receiver. Again, the wide receiver. He takes the safety on his side and mans him up. I was talking about how cover 3 is vulnerable to the seams, and this is a cover 3 buzz, by the way. So by taking that hook defender and manning up, that takes away the seam routes, and it makes it a heck of a lot easier to not get beat down the seams against a cover 3, which cover 3 should be vulnerable to that. That's what cover 3 is very vulnerable to, seams, especially if you send 5 verticals down the field. This is where cover 3 is really going to suck, and we're going to have to get really adjusty with it because you're getting seam, just tons and tons of seam routes. So right here we go, 1st and 10. Again, notice trip sets. This time it's a gun tray Y flex. I think it's gun tray Y flex. I believe it's tray Y flex. Just this time, pay attention to the out route, okay? People say out routes and deep in routes beat man defense. Look how well that man defense plays it. Now, whether he's shaded outside or inside, I don't know, or he highlighted the receiver. Again, that's something we're going to have to find out as we get a hold of the game. But right here, terrible, just, oh, Lord have mercy. I showed this clip specifically because it's jukebox. I believe it's jukebox. It might be something else. But he broke a tackle by juking. That should not happen, okay? But it did. So, again, this time he's going to a spread set yet again, cover 3, as we're talking about seams. They're obviously not sweating a whole lot right here. The game's not even out. So, obviously, if your opponent's hitting you with seams from the slot receivers, you just take your corners or your linebackers and just simply man them up. That should take care of it for the most part. But again, you can see right there, seams, and this is something that scares me. The ability to click on. Now, that time Clef did not click on. And so, whether or not if you click, it's hard. Again, this is kind of guessing right here. If Clef perhaps clicked on in that situation, does it allow you to get into position to make a play on the ball? We don't know, and that's just something we're going to have to find out. So, man-to-man, you can see right there, man-to-man staying really, really tight. Again, we don't know what kind of shading he's doing, but this is going to be the final thing in the game. If you guys are new to the channel, of course, always hit that subscribe button. Check out 2 of these videos popping up on the screen, my favorite blitz, and another breakdown as well. We'll let you guys finish this off, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. The other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to